YouTube, I've missed you. So today's video, it's been a while, folks, and I have to warn you, I'm talking about perverts on POSHMARK. So if you happen to be at church right now or around small children who need, I can't tone down the language because I'm describing, oh, how appropriate, this bottle of lotion is just in eye's view as I describe perverts on POSHMARK. But this is a public service announcement. So if you're around like people you don't need to hear this announcement, move them away or put your earphones on or just watch this with the sheets over your head. But this is something that's been has come to my attention. I don't think anyone else is addressing it. I haven't been making videos for a while. I was in Africa. I was brought by the U.S. consulate to perform my show, The Wall Street Journal, in Lagos. I was shooting music videos in Uganda, name drop, which I've released. They have all of 200 views on YouTube, so that went well. And then I've been touring. I was in Arizona, Wyoming, and St. Louis, and doing shows with the drag queen, Taylor Mack show. So now I'm back at home being a one-woman Sanford & Son and working on a lot of writing and working for my campaign for public office. I've not filed to run anywhere. I'm running for public office. Okay. All right. Let's get to it. There are perverts on POSHMARK. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, I know this is very triggering for folks because a lot of you are like, well, I'm a pervert. What's wrong with me? Are you just saying that I'm on POSHMARK? Yes, Christina, you're on POSHMARK. But what I'm saying for this mostly female-dominated entrepreneurial space, there are people who are now joining POSHMARK to basically sort of harass and creep on women. And if you are a cute little Asian girl like this, who's actually quite old, but people still manage to find ways to jerk off about this, you are in danger, girl. Okay? You are in danger, girl. And you know what? It doesn't even matter if you don't look like this, because what I've learned about perverts in this long life that I've had, it doesn't matter what you look like. Someone out there will jerk off to your photo. I know. It's a lot to take in. So it came to my attention a couple times. I got a comment. I was selling some tights. They were brand new tights. And a comment came down that said, cum stains? And I was like, I wrote back no. And then I was like, oh, gross. This is a perv that wants to buy these to jerk off on. It's just a hunch. It's just a hunch. And then the other day, so I'm selling, so I have been reselling on POSHMARK since 2013, but before that, when I was first sort of like trying to make my way towards being a working artist, I was selling a lot of stuff on Craigslist. Now I don't have to look at people face to face. They don't have to come to my house. I can just, like, all the costumes and whatever I've accumulated over the years I can sell. So it was a pair of Toms like this, not very, I've cleaned them, but, you know, used Toms as they are. I did not wear them. And I got a comment saying, I'm looking for super smelly shoes. Do these have a super strong smell to them? If you get a message like that, which is like, why is someone purposely asking for you not to launder or wash your stuff? That's a perv. Yo, that's a perv. Okay, that's a foot fetish person. And it's a lot of the times if you're selling open-toe shoes, and if they think that you are the person who used to wear the shoes. Now, I have no problem with this sort of lowest non-contact form of sex work. I have friends who have done sex work, and by sex work I mean everything that goes from the long range of from phone sex to modeling, you know, sexual modeling, all the way down to full-on contact sex work. I've not done that. That doesn't make me better or worse than them. Personally, I don't have an issue with, like, okay, I'll sell you someone else's dirty shoes if I don't have to look at you and you're just going to give me money for them. But I don't want to engage in you asking, you know, back and forth, well, how smelly is it? Can you put the shoe on again? All this kind of stuff. So I had an interaction like that before when I had tried to sell old shoes on both Craigslist and on Facebook. And I ain't gonna fall for this on POSHMARK, y'all. And I guess what these pervs do is they like open-toed shoes, not just because they show the toes, because probably Playboy doesn't do it for them, but because they actually like to stick their junk in the shoe. Just so weird. Like, you don't want to judge, but that's nasty. Yo, that's nasty. Like, someone is at home looking at my, like, POSHMARK little face icon and then boning the shoe, which actually was worn by some stranger. And then I picked up the shoe from someone else who picked this up at a swap mart, and she was a swap meet. And you know, so that's nasty. You know what I'm saying? That's nasty. So what I recommend, unless you want to engage that, my friends, be aware, because I have heard of reports of women having uncomfortable encounters with people who purposely said, don't launder it. No, that's cool. And then they realize it's a man they've mailed it to, and now their return address is on that. Another thing I'm wary of now, because I'm aware that the pervs have found their way to Poshmark, is sometimes they'll ask if you can model an item, especially if it's bodycon or if it's a shoe. And I don't like to model my stuff in general, so I think it's a pain in the ass, and it's not worth my like $7 whatever cut I'm going to make to put this on. But it's also because these yo-yos get off on looking at your feet inside of shoes. So up to you if you want to engage that. More power to you if you do this. But personally, I will only sell my used shoes that someone else wore to upstanding people of morals. Or just don't tell me that you're going to do this to the shoe, okay? Just buy these shoes, but don't ask me nasty things, okay? That's all. So be safe out there. Flag that stuff for Poshmark and then immediately takes it down, because nothing's worse than having an item and people read like, oh, she said, yes, this does have a sweaty smell. And yet, why would I sell shoes with a sweaty, disgusting smell on them? It's nasty. Ugh. We have to purge our little community of pervs, y'all. So that was my little long rambling thing on pervs. So hope that was helpful, and sell lots of stuff to people who aren't going to have sex with your shoes. Bye.